Hey, everybody. We just finished a great interview, Chris.
We did. Peter Gibbons.
Yeah.
Fantastic historical crime writer. Get rid of that. That was wrong. Fantastic historical writer.
Yeah.
But he did talk about crime, so that's why I got confused.
Yeah, he was awesome. Really enjoyed it. And I think it's a really good KDP, the Kindle Storyteller Award, which we were promoting because we've been sponsored by Amazon KDP, which is amazing for us. It's amazing to hear him being the winner of 2022 and winning that £20,000 prize by literally putting a keyword into his Kindle thingy-majiggy keyword. And that was it. What an incredible story.
Yeah, I mean, and that 20 grand award has, he built his own writing shed, which we're not spoiling anything by saying that. But yeah, he invested that money in himself, which is great. And, propelled his writing career, and he's gone from strength to strength, and fair play to him for doing that.
Absolutely. I'm still trying to figure out this TikTok thing. And there's a way to go to things we've unlocked, but I cannot find it, Chris.
But we're here as well because, yes, we've just had a great interview, but we're also heading to Harrogate this week. Exciting times indeed. Yeah, there's going to be so many interviews there. Obviously, we're representing Pam McMillan whilst we're there.
Yeah.
So many interviews, so many fun things that we're going to try and do. We're going to try and get live as often as we possibly can. Get live.
Get live.
So cringe. I just made myself cringe by saying get live. Like, we're always live, obviously. We are live. But you know what I mean? We're gonna try and bring the experience of going to Harrogate to you if you can't get there yourself.
Yes.
And equally, if you can get there and you are there, come and show your faces to us. It was quite weird for us last time because I remember people were like, "Oh, I've seen you guys," and I was like, "Okay, thank you." But yeah,
it is strange, but it's an amazing experience. And I really hope that we do get people that we know popping and saying hello, and I'm sure we will do. And we got some great interviews lined up as well, so it should be very good.
Yeah, and lots of awards knocking about. The weather seems to be a bit hit and miss over there at the minute, so it's going to be fun to see what that's like. But there's a massive marquee there for anyone who's not been. Even though it's people who write murders for a living, they are some of the nicest people that you will ever meet at Harrogate. They're so nice and welcoming. Everyone always has a great time when they do go. And yeah, really looking forward to just making the most of it, enjoying the time there, making good connections, making good memories, good friends. And yeah, speaking to familiar faces, people that we've had on the show. I'm super excited. There's at least 3 authors that I really want to see in the flesh that I've never met before. And then there's about 10 that I have met before that, again, I'm equally as excited to go and see them again.
Yeah. Paige on TikTok says, who are you each most looking forward to interviewing? I think we're both going to agree on this. We've got the opportunity to interview Mark Billingham again, and we haven't interviewed him for a long time on this show. And we are also going to his party at the festival, which is 25 bestsellers in 25 years. So it's an amazing award for him, time of him to be excited about his career. And we're going to get to chat to him on the day of that party. So I think that's going to be a real cool interview that we can do. So I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
Yeah. One of the things for me is we've got loads of authors lined up, which are brilliant, but I want to get an interview with somebody we've not got an interview lined up with, which is Ben Aronovich. I want to speak to him. The Rivers of London, it's been a series I've been reading that I've been really enjoying. I've seen him a couple of times in different videos and clips, and he did come on the show and chat to us, which was great. So I'd love to see him in person. And I also have a sneaky suspicion that Bob Mortimer's going to turn up because he is in the crime genre. And if that guy turns up, his security better keep me away from him because I'm going to run over to him and ask him for an interview. I might leave the bit out about him being in his towel.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to try and get that if it exists. If he's there in the flesh and I spot Bob Mortimer, I'm definitely going to go over and try and get an interview with him.
Yeah. And also, meeting people, famouses. I went to the Stereophonics gig on the weekend. That was absolutely amazing in Cardiff. And you might have seen my photo. I bumped into the amazing Mark Billingham OBE, not the Mark Billingham we're looking forward to interviewing, but the very one from the SAS who did Win series. It was very cool to meet him and to grab a photo with him on his rushing way past. But yeah, that was very cool.
No, that is cool. And you know what's cooler than a week of Mark Billingham's?
Yeah, 2 Mark Billinghams in 1 week.
Yeah, brilliant. But no, it's going to be great. I really want to see Sarah Pimborough as well, because
yes,
you've got a similar journey to me. She used to be an English teacher. She writes sort of weird mix of genres and stuff. So I feel like she's someone that sort of is in space that I would like to sort of be in. So again, we've had her on the show. She was great to chat to.
yeah.
And again, to meet her, I know she's really good friends with Will Carver. I didn't meet Carver last time. I met him slightly, but I sort of fanboyed on him. And then you managed to go out on a full night out with him. So I was sort of fanboying, just read his books. I was like, oh, you're great. And then kind of left it at that. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm going out later. And then obviously you ended up going out with him. And I was like, oh, he's like my one author that I really wanted to sort of connect with. And you just waltzed in, had the best night. And then I remember him tweeting something about you. He tagged you and just said something. I can't remember exactly.
I think it was a tweet 4 o'clock in the morning where he literally said, he just tagged me on Twitter and says, I love CJ Agate. That was it. 4 in the morning tweet. Best tweet I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, what has gone on there? They've had the best time. And yeah, for me, he was an author that I'd read a lot of his books, and I was like, I really like this guy. And I knew he was going to be a cool guy. And then obviously you guys hit it off like a house on fire, which is great, because if he is there again, you'll be my way into the mind of Will Carver. So, yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing Will Dean again, because he's definitely going to be there.
Yeah.
Joseph Knox. I'd like to see Joseph Knox again if he's there. I remember him being in Manchester, going for a drink with him, and he was a really nice guy and things like that. So loads of good writers that we could potentially speak to.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real good laugh. And, you know, we're stepping up a little bit this year, because Jamie, who is normally there doing the introductions for the authors coming onto the tent stage that we are going to be interviewing on, he is not there. He got a promotion last year. So there's a couple of interviews that will be happening where we're going to have to come up with the introductions for those guests. And that's a little bit more terrifying than actually interviewing. So yes, I've done a bit of a prep work for a draft for that. And I got 2 ways of doing this, Chris. One is to learn it off by heart, which isn't my strength. And 2 is to take my laptop and stick it on a table in front of us and use it as a teleprompter.
Oh, what did Jamie do?
He just mastered it. He knew exactly what he was saying, knew all about the authors and the books, and just reeled it off.
Oh man, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like we should absolutely. I've been listening to and watching a lot of stand up recently, and like they always start stand up going, "How is everybody?" Like I feel like I should just go in with that energy, man. Just be like, "How is everyone, Harrogate?" Like, come on, Harrogate, make some noise.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know,
a book. Like, come on, get that.
I've normally been there. That like I kind of done the same every interview, and it kind of freaks me out a bit that I'm going to do the same again. Where it's like, how is everyone doing? And I kind of get the audience involved a little bit, and then
I'm going to boo you from the side, mate. I'm going to boo.
No, I'll make you do it, and then I'll be like, yeah. So I'll ask the guest, how many times you've been here, blah blah blah. Then I'll ask the audience, you know, who's been here once, who's been here twice, who's been here 5 times, and then I go, who's been here, who thinks they've been here the most. And then someone will be like, oh, I've been here 10 times. And I'll run over to them with a mic and their face goes, oh, no. And I'll say, you know, so what advice have you got for someone who's been here for the first time? And I know I repeated it over and over, but it's a great thing to do.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I think it's great.
So Paige says, are we going to be live on TikTok whilst at Harrogate? Yes, we will definitely be doing a few lives at Harrogate.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do as many as we possibly can, because obviously I think seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff is quite cool. I'm wary of being that guy with a camera going, "Oh, look everybody," but I'll definitely do it a few times. And you know, if we had one, the best things that we did when we went the first time round is we had little conversations with loads of people.
Mm.
And we filmed them and we put them on YouTube. But there was also a lot that we didn't film, because like batteries died and things like that. But there was still a lot of people that we did speak to that could have easily have been content. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we can capture some of that, you know, with the use of phones and things like that, and bring it to TikTok, and again, try and make it an experience where if you sat at home and you don't get to go, that you can ask questions as well. You know, if we've got somebody in front of us that is like a Mark Billingham type, and you've got a really good question or something that you want to ask him, you know, then great. Hopefully, we can be the bridge and the go-between for the two. And obviously, we're going to Mark Billingham's party. I think there's a Pan Macmillan party.
There is.
So, you know, showing people the sort of bits in and around that. I remember we filmed last time when you walk up to the marquee, like we filmed the sort of walking bit going to the event. And I think that little touches like that, where you don't necessarily get to see that on a sort of Harrogate trailer or, you know, a stereotypical interview. I think it would be good to try and capture those moments.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty of a festival like that. Is it's showing people who haven't been before as well, the interactions you get, the networking opportunities, the conversations that everyone has with each other. And you don't have to know anybody. People will walk up to you and chat with you, or you can walk up to famous authors and chat to them, and everyone's on the same page. No pun intended. Where everyone gets to chat into each other, and there's a, you know, if you're that way inclined, there's a bar there where you can have a cup of tea, and you can walk around the grounds, which is a beautiful place. The Swan Hotel in Harrogate is stunning, and you know, it's just the Pan Macmillan tent. You can pay to get tickets for the day or for the weekend or whatever they may be. You could pay more to go and watch the interviews in certain locations, but the Pan Macmillan tent is completely free, right next to the bar. So you can walk around the grounds and go around there. And if you can't really afford to go and pay for tickets for the bigger sort of event interviews, then you can wander and sit by us the whole day and just watch those interviews and mingle with everybody and check the place out. So there's a real sort of access level for everybody there. And for those who can't be there, we'll do our best to stream it to you and to show you what it's like.
And you'd be surprised by the power of a microphone. When we had that microphone and we had like an official looking microphone, loads of people just willing to get involved and talk to a microphone. So yeah, it's
Absolutely.
a powerful tool.
It's the same microphone that last year Richard Osman stole off us to go and do his interview with Steph McGovern, who is again there this year. So yeah, nice. He didn't pay us for that. So he kind of did, because he put money behind the bar that I took advantage of. But yeah.
People need to keep an eye out for that as well, because he's done it every year. And I should imagine he'll do it again, because he has got a book coming out this year. So if that Richard Osman tweet goes live, where he gives you the passcode, somebody has to text Daggett or message Daggett.
The quicker you can means the quicker we can get on the bar. Did I get the microphone back on TikTok? Yes, I did. It's what we're taking again this week. So I've been preparing. I've bought some new cables just in case, because they're relying on using our equipment for other interviews as well. So we've got a big speaker on a stand. We've got a big banner. We've got the GoPro. We've got the wireless Go microphones and all that stuff. So we've got quite a lot of tech to take with us. But once we get there and set it all up on Thursday, we'll be ready to go, and we'll just be doing what we can to bring you great content. Yeah,
and that's the thing. If I see Richard Osman and he comes to that microphone, he's not getting it until we interview him first, because I'd be like, yeah, you can have this microphone, but give us a quick 2 minutes on TikTok, because you can't have it otherwise.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Yeah. And then just hit that live button and we'll go, oh, we're here with Richard Osman. He wants that microphone, but before we give it to him, he has to answer these 3 questions.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout.
If
offset.
people are watching now, actually, what's a really good sort of funny question that we can ask? You know, because we used to have ones on the show that staples, like, you know, pineapple on pizza, yes or no, those types of things. That I enjoyed asking that were quite quick. But I'd love some that were, I don't know, a little bit different, but quite funny as well. You know, if you were asked randomly, like, I don't know, it's a fine line, isn't it? You know, I'm just trying to think of one off the top of my head. Like, I don't know. We had Darth Maul. We had Darth Maul or Darth Vader, I think it was.
Who would win in a fight, somebody or somebody?
Mm.
Do you know, last time I was there, Rob Parker, the classic Rob Parker, we were there chatting a lot, and he's been doing a lot of boxing. And obviously after having a few beers, I was like, well, we should do a fight. But it's purely for the YouTube sensation type fights that were going on. And yeah, he wasn't really up for that.
Oh, I remember chatting to him about that at one point, about doing a charity fight, and he was like, yeah, I'd do that. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to have to watch the old Harrogate YouTube special back to bring back memories. But yeah, it was good. And yeah, just having a good time, having a laugh with those types of people. Rob Parker's a brilliant author, brilliant person as well. Actually, he's really good to have a chat with and to have a laugh with.
Yeah, it's going to be great fun. And who would win in a fight, Agate or Hooli?
Now that's one we could do.
Well, we're talking about putting a fundraiser together for a trip. Do you want to talk about this trip that you seem to know a bit more about that from the conversation you had in the week?
Yeah, so we're going to Harrogate this week, but we've been invited to BookCon in America. And friend of the show, author Halo Scott, she is very, very good at getting little panel slots and little interviews at various different places. And we've been on various different ones with her before, but she's actually been accepted and had us accepted as part of the package to go to BookCon in America. It's in April next year. Obviously, we'd love to go. The first point of call is to go in person, because we've been invited in person, which would be great. However, if that can't happen, we're going to do it through the virtual format like we do, you know, a lot of our shows. But we'll still be at BookCon in America in some capacity. Obviously, we're going to try and make sure that we can get there in person. We might have to do some sort of GoFundMe, you know, charity boxing match between me and you to raise funds for America could be an option. I've been knocked out before; it's not a problem. So yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe we set up a venue in Cardiff somewhere, and we
wouldn't that be amazing?
Good reason for us to get fit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, good reason to get fit and potentially a good fundraising opportunity.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I would do it. You know, if there was a call for it and a capacity, and we thought people were going to, you know, chip in to help us get to America, I would do a charity boxing match to get us there.
I have shaved a sheep. That's kind of as far as we went for the show. Yeah, there's quite a few things, and we talked about it because we registered the show as a business and not non-social, a social enterprise, non-profit, to help authors and things like that. And it's very slowly moving forward, very, very slowly. So we asked about things that we could do to try and raise money, and you never know, that could be the one.
Maybe. It'd be quite funny. I definitely want us to have like a little rim walk element.
Oh yeah.
What would be your walkout song if you had one?
I don't know. That's a tough one, isn't it? Do you have an idea of what yours would be?
I quite like Backbone by Stormzy. Jason States. It's just got like, yeah, and my kids like that as well. You know,
that's quite a good one. Yeah, so I think going to somewhere, you know, we talked on the show a lot about goals we have and ideas we want to put in place, and going to America because of our American audience is one thing that I think is something we've been itching to do. So going to America for a book con as well would be huge. And I think, when I get the opportunity after Harrogate to kind of go through the admin of Harrogate and then look into setting up the fundraising platform for that, me and Chris could put together a lot of videos promoting why we need to do that and what fundraising would mean to us and maybe what we could give you in return. Open for ideas, crazy things like boxing, but yeah, those sorts of things. So yeah, we're looking to that definitely, and we'll put it out there. If people support us, then brilliant. If they don't, that's expected. Times are tough, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, speaking of Americans, and I may sound stupid now because I actually don't know if he's American, but I think he is. Lee Child is also at Harrogate Crime Writers Festival. Obviously, massive crime author, absolutely huge. Retired now because his brother has actually taken the pedestal of the Jack Reacher books. But yeah, he's there, and he's going to be very distinguishable in terms of like, oh, that's Lee Child. So yeah, maybe we can get a little sneaky interview with him. That'd be great. Anita Locke is an American who's coming over. She's quite well known in terms of like, she had a couple of good books out, and she's coming over to Harrogate Crime Writers Festival for the first time. And last time, what I found is you had the list of authors on the website that Harrogate had, but then you also had the people who were not listed, that weren't in events, that were still there anyway, and were really good crime writers. So I'm hoping we get a few of those off the card type characters.
Well, we've got a couple of interviews that are not scheduled from Pam Macmillan to do. So on Friday, we're interviewing Atisha Locke, who is a screenwriter and author. She's got a fantastic back catalogue of writing material.
I called her Anita. I'm glad we've gone over that, because what did you just call it?
Atisha.
Is it Atisha?
Attica.
Okay. Well, you're definitely doing that one, mate, because
no, but I'm the one who's renowned for getting names wrong. Come on now. And then on Saturday, we're interviewing Janice Hallett, who is a big author.
Also, Janice Hallett is Miranda Jewish.
Yes.
Who was very heavily pregnant the last time I saw her at
that's true.
Festival. She is responsible for Janice Hallett because she came on the show and talked about the authors that it's weird because Janice Hallett was one of Miranda's sort of first authors that she found. And then we interviewed Miranda Jewish, and she was excited about Janice. And now, in 5 years, we've seen Janice's career sort of like really take off. Like, and obviously she's smashing it with books that you're doing really well, bestsellers and everything now. So again, it's a weird one. I've actually got a signed book by Janice Hallett. I actually met her in Manchester. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, to Chris with love from Janice Hallett.
Lovely.
So again, she's a really nice one that we've met. Obviously, we've had her on the show. I think we've had her on the show a couple of times as well. But yeah, it's exciting that we're getting to speak to these people that we've got a bit of history with and we know.
Sarah says in the comments, we all remember Pam Ella in regards to my pronunciation of names. Pam Ella. I still think that's a posh way of doing it. Also, Nadine Matheson is chairing a panel on Saturday morning, but has availability throughout from around midday, so we can do an interview with her.
Love Nadine Matheson. She's got a real good energy about her.
Do you remember the first year when I interviewed Nadine after they do like a crime dinner there if you want to pay and go to that dinner, which is really fun, and you sit at the table with an author. I was sat with Paul Burston, but then afterwards Nadine came out and I grabbed her for a chat on those cool chairs they have, and it was a great, funny interview because we had a couple of drinks by that point and people were just chatty. I did the whole interview, about 20 minutes. It was great, so much good stuff, and it was either on mute or just didn't record the sound. So that entire interview was pointless. But then we did get her on the show and chat to her. But that was a funny moment.
Yeah, maybe doing that, filming the first few seconds for a sound check and just one of us saying sound check.
Oh yeah. I mean, we had used the mics and all that before that point. So why, maybe I pressed the wrong setting or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's getting the things right is something we need to try and do. But things happen.
Yeah, but again, she's a really good author. She gave me some really good advice last time I was there, and I'm looking forward to chatting to her again. Like you say, she's always really bubbly and friendly and chatty and stuff, and she used to be a lawyer as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So crime writing lawyer, that's pretty cool.
I remember asking her about those yellow sticky pads that lawyers always seem to write on, and she did say the name for them, what they were called, but I forget.
Yeah, I remember she was really good for those. Like, she introduced me to the A to Z of crime, where she said,
"Oh yeah,
it's a list of all like potential ways of murdering people and stuff." And she was like, "Oh, I know 3 ways that you could definitely get away with murder." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, there's 3 ways, but I can't tell anyone."
Yeah.
It's like, wow. You said like you may have experienced this, but yeah, it was fun.
It was, and it's going to be great. I'm not looking forward to the journey up there. I've got to get up to Liverpool. We're going to pick you up. I say we. I going to pick you up, and then we're going to head to Harrogate, and then go down Thursday afternoon to the old Swan, set up our stuff, and help Pan Macmillan set up their tent and everything. We don't have to, but I think we could offer a hand. At least they will be respected for that. We're going to wander around. We're going to. Thing is, a lot of people go for dinners and stuff on the Thursday night. We haven't had any invites to that sort of thing, but you never know. But generally, we're going to chill out Thursday and we're going to head down there to Saturday morning and get everything set up and enjoy that. So that's kind of the plan. Paige said
out the whole of Friday.
I meant Friday. Yeah, Paige said you should film some of the drive, like carpool karaoke vibes.
Yeah, we might be able to do that.
My singing is not up to scratch. I must apologize for that.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of carpool karaoke. Meant to be a bit bad.
Yeah, but then when they gave James Corden that role, he's actually a good singer.
He's all right. He's not.
Yeah,
amazing.
He's all right. He holds the note, whereas I don't think I can do that at all. So,
well, if we did it that we filmed it and we picked a couple of songs each, you could pick songs that you already know that you could sing. Well, it's a good idea. It's one of them. It's a different one. It's a different idea, something that we've not done.
We'll just do a funny chat on the way down and film that.
Yeah.
It'd be like one of those weird programs, like dry comedy programs.
Peter Kay did one, didn't he, in the car? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Well, you must know something about Bob Mortimer that I don't, then, because I don't know if he's expected to be at the festival, but you seem...
Yeah, I think I'm more just trying to manifest him, to be honest. But
okay.
He's written 2 crime novels. He's got a straight-up crime novel coming out in September. So I'm thinking it's one of the biggest events of the year for crime writers. I'm just hoping he's going to be there, to be honest. That's my thing. I've got a logic as to why he would be there. And I think if I was a publisher and his publisher, I would want him there. Like I said, with him having a more traditional crime novel coming out in September. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, tweet him and ask in the TikTok comments. However, I did tweet the other day tagging him saying, please come on the show so Chris can stop talking about you coming on the show. But he hasn't seen that. I don't think so.
Yeah, trust me, mate. If I see him, I'm going live. I'm taking that microphone and I'm going to chat to him. Even if he just tells me to F off or something, I'm still going to get some comment out of him.
Well, check his Insta stories. Is he on Instagram? I'm guessing so. I'm searching Instagram in the Instagram chat. She'll have a look for us. Great. Thank you, Paige. Yeah, so it would be great to see if he would be there. But I think we're going to have enough to deal with as it is. There's going to be a lot of people kicking around, a lot of stuff we could try and film. ultimately, we're there to have a good time as well. You know, we work hard on this show. We're going for a holiday too, but generally, you know, we're going to bring you the best content we can, and that's what we plan on doing.
Yeah, and I want to speak to Karen from Arenda Books. She has mentioned coming on the show a couple of times, but she owns Arenda Books and is the head of everything over there. And again, Arenda's done some really good things and won some really good awards recently. So we don't have that many publishers on the show where it's directly the person in charge of everything. So again, she's another one we're going to try and make a beeline for, try and get some comments out of her. Yeah, I'll just be hunting around for those authors, man, looking out for where they are and going, come on, chat to us for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. It should be a lot of fun. And there's nothing like the drive home when you're knackered. But there you go. It's going to be worth it. And it's mad. I was thinking about it today. And I was like, oh, it's this week at some point. Oh, it's 3 days away. So it's come so quickly.
Yeah, no, it has come quickly. And, you know, even the hotel looks nice, and looking forward to, giving you an insight into our room with the one double bed.
I mean, that cost enough for one double bed, guys. So we had to take the one bed.
Yeah, we took the one bed, but it's fine. We've done it before. We're comfortable with each other. Even though we've only met once in person, it was like we'd known each other. Well, we had known each other for years, but it was one of them. It didn't feel weird at all from the off. And yeah, we went that same night and shared a bed.
We both cuddle very nicely. Paige says, I've just DM'd him and asked, did you ask him about the coming on the show, or is he going to Harrogate? What did you ask him? Can you let us know, please?
DM'd Bob Mortimer.
Yeah, apparently so.
How do you even do that? Like, his DMs are always...
It's the send him a message button, Chris.
No, but I thought you had to have restrictions or whatever. Like, can't just slide into celebrities' DMs.
Of course you can. Unfortunately, most of the time, unless you're verified, they don't even look at it. But hence is when I met Mark Billingham, the not author. Well, he is an author of military books. On the weekend, he said, send him a message on Instagram. I said, about coming on the show. I said, how do I get in touch? He said, Instagram me. So I did, and he hasn't seen it. I just asked him if he was planning on going to the Crime Writing Festival in Harrogate. Yes. Nice. Yeah, so Instagram. There was a woman on Instagram this week that I did. She did say she's interested in coming on the show, but she didn't. She said to email her. But I said, can you DM your email address, because I didn't want her replying publicly. Oh, Instagram is not working for me right now. But she hasn't replied either. Yeah, not loading. That's great. It's crashed for me.
Lovely. Hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come on the tech side. But we never know. Is that Bob Mortimer getting back to you, Agate?
No, it's something about weird activity. Activity? Did you hear that? Oh, yeah, some weird activity on my account. So I don't know why it wasn't doing that. Yeah, Mark Billingham, Friday, sent him a message, not seen. And who was that woman? Let me go find her. It was... why is her name like that? Oh, Kat Sims.
I don't know that name.
She's got 310,000 followers. She's like a really big deal. She's got a podcast. I'm gonna show you a picture. Maybe if I can find one with her in a book.
Oh, look, yeah, so I got one of these little 3D printed Grim Reaper.
Oh, nice.
So that's on my shelf now. With my little Ted Lasso. Maybe I'm drinking his cup of tea.
That's very cool.
Yeah, those are my 2 figurines. Yeah.
Sarah said she's a mumfluencer.
A mumfluencer?
A month. Yeah, that sounds weird. Oh my God. Is that a podcast studio? We put to shame there, man. You can't see that, can you? It's not focusing.
Looks like a lot of weights.
No, it's a very fancy,
weird-looking caterpillars.
very fancy.
Oh, there you go. I can see it now. It's cleared up. Yeah.
God, I wish I'd have a blinking studio one day, Chris. Hey, if we enter the Kindle Storyteller Award and win it, we can have our own studio.
That's true. Maybe we should. We'd have to actually write something now to put in for that.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite busy, to be honest. But I've got quite a few things I've started, and I think you only need to do like 26 pages. Was it the case to upload?
You're not going to win the award on 26 pages, though.
No, I don't know why though. Maybe you have to finish the manuscript by the end. I don't know.
Right.
Sarah said they go to a bookable studio. It's not in the house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm.
But again, I was thinking about this the other day, actually. A lot of podcasts will do that, and they'll record like all day and then release the content.
Yeah, I mean, we could happily chat all day.
Yeah, but they'll do it in like scheduled shows, have the studio for a day, and then release that season's worth of shows, like 30, 40 minutes a week, and then just drop them and then go back in the studio and do it. I don't think I could do it that way. I think it would. I think it would jar. Like trying to have that much energy for like 10 hours and just being like, oh yeah, books and writing and people and this person, and yeah, I think it would do my head in. But you know, it's one way of doing it. People have been successful doing it that way.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Most shows disappear after a few months. We've known quite a few people to follow our show and then disappear, and then suddenly they've got a podcast, and then for that to fizzle out or never hear about it again. We've been going 5 years, over 360 interviews. We've been recommended in 2024 and 2025 as one of the top UK writing podcasts to follow. We're doing something right. You know, we're in a small niche, let's be honest, in comparison to gaming or to music or any other of those big genres, the big niches that have a lot of views regardless. We're working hard on this sort of niche, and I think we're becoming one of the most recognized shows, especially towards publishers and things like that as well. So it only goes to show that we are getting there. This KDP sponsor, we're sponsored by Amazon right now, which is a massive, massive thing for us. Paige says we should be very proud, and I think we talk about this for authors and ourselves. Take the time and actually appreciate what you've done, and I think we should be very proud of this show.
Yeah, I mean, the thing for me is we've had writers come on and they'll say, oh, I watched this show and it inspired me to write this book, or I watched this show when you had this guest on and that helped me through this bit in the book. And you know, that's one of the reasons obviously that we do it, and we're hearing these people. I think we'll have an interview at some point that'll go, we listened to the Writing Community Chat show, it gave me the encouragement to start writing, and I wrote a book as a result. And those types of success stories are the ones that we want to hear. Like, you know, we're constantly championing. Oh, why can't I speak now? We are championing writers to try and help them improve. And I think we've learned a lot from it as well. I was thinking of doing an experiment at some point of going, do you know what? I'm going to write a trad published book, i.e. I'm going to write a book in this genre. I'm going to film myself doing it. I'm going to post it, because I think for me that trying to write like a straight up crime fiction book, it's quite boring when you write into stages. But I think it'd be interesting if I said, look, this is my idea. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to film it. I'm going to show you all the steps and all the things that I take, and we'll see if we can get it published.
Absolutely.
I think doing something like that could be a good way of doing it for me, because it would take that boring, monotonous element out of it, and me going, oh, look at this. This is what we're doing.
Well, it makes me laugh. You know, we do these shows where we interview a lot of authors and we have these great conversations and lots of advice and tips come out of it. And then on YouTube, you'll see someone just reading. They're sat in front of a camera reading. They're not saying a thing. They're not interacting. And they got like 2,000-3,000 live viewers. I'm like, oh my God, why? But maybe that sort of process people would love to watch. So you might be onto something there, Chris.
Yeah, maybe obviously people can get, I like when people get involved and they send questions, and you know, they chat to us and things like that. And you know, you can always look. Like I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and they said, "Oh, we got 3,500 subscribers." Well, I went back and listened to the first episode, and they were like, "Oh, we got 6 subscribers." So it does grow over time, and it does develop. But you know, we're really grateful for the people that do watch the show on a regular basis, and the subscribers over in Substack that we have had. And obviously, we're moving back to a sort of, well, we're not moving back because we were exclusively on YouTube. Now we're on all platforms. And we're moving back into that space of trying to get to as many people as possible, give as many people writing advice. And that exclusivity element on Substack is for the additional stuff. So when we do an after show and we chat on a weekly basis and we get to know each other in a more, more family orientated way, I suppose, in terms of like, you know, we know about each other's jobs and working lives and, you know, struggles and things like that, and that's a really good tool. And again, the people who contribute to that, they're not giving us loads and loads of money, and they're not like, they're there because they're trying to support the show. You know what I mean? They're giving us that monthly subscription because they want us to do well and they want us to succeed, and they are friends, and they have been, you know, friends of the show for a very long time. So you know, it's quite a unique group, but, you know, once you're in it, you know, you can join us, chat to us every single week, you know, share your problems with us, and we'll try and give you some solutions away from writing as well.
Yeah. Well, Chris, we've pushed 20 minutes past what our planned time was for this show. So what I'm going to say is I've got to wrap this up very soon. But if you've got any questions for us about Harrogate, about the KDP Kindle Storyteller Award, about us, about writing, about anything, please send them in right now and we'll try and answer them before we disappear. But yes, very, very happy to be going to Harrogate in just 3 days. It's kind of crazy.
2 sleeps.
Ooh!
Yeah, 2 sleeps.
No.
Yeah, 2 sleeps.
1 sleep tonight would be then Tuesday. 2 sleeps will be then Wednesday. 3 sleeps then Thursday.
Oh, is it 3? No.
Yeah, 3 sleeps.
Okay. No. 1. Why is this so complicated? Monday, we sleep tonight. That takes us to Tuesday. We sleep Tuesday. It takes us to Wednesday. And then we sleep Wednesday. It takes us to Thursday. Yeah, 3 sleeps.
Yes, thank you very much. 3 sleeps. Come on, Chris.
I apologize. I'm just excited.
I know. I do like the haircut and the beard. It's looking very on point there, Chris.
Yeah, I've gone. I don't know, as you can see. I got to the point where I was being lazy and I just wanted to go like that in the morning and it'd be done. So that's what I'm going. Very similar, I suppose. We are more into the same person.
Yours is very long. Mine is not so long.
Yeah. I was noticing just the beard level length from the intro KDP one that we did to now. And that's only a week or so. And I'm like, yeah, the beard's longer. Wow. Yeah,
I'm gonna type any questions in the chat here to see if anyone sends any, because I do need to wrap this up because I've got to go and get little one to bed. But any on your end, Chris?
No, I'll do this and see if we can get a new subscriber or a new family member.
Yeah.
Really easy. If you want to be this week's new family member, you just subscribe or follow us or whatever on any of the platforms. We'll keep an eye out now over the next minute or so, and we'll shout you out on the show for being the new family member following us.
Yeah.
We apologize if that little trailer has just scared the life out of you because it is a very loud one.
Paige said, can you play the KDP intro for us? Do you mean the trailer for the KDP, how to enter that? I'm guessing so. Can you do that, Chris?
I can. Do we have to play that? Is it? Oh, no, it's not that.
It's on the top first video.
Yeah, we can play that again. I don't know why.
Do it. It's easy. That. You must enter. Watch the video.
Yeah. Why not? We'll do it.
Hey writers, what if Hit and Publish could earn you a massive £20,000?
Oh, yeah, imagine. Well, you don't need to imagine, because that's exactly what's on offer with Amazon's Kindle Storyteller Award 2025. This amazing literary prize is back for its 9th year, and it's open to anyone who self-publishes a book like Kindle Direct Publishing in any genre.
Any genre. Yeah, whether you've written your first or your 10th novel, it doesn't matter. If it's unpublished and written in English, then you can enter that award with a chance of winning.
Yeah, and it's really easy to enter. So just publish your book through Kindle Direct Publishing between the 1st of May and the 31st of August, and make sure it's enrolled in KDP Select.
Yep, I think you'd be absolutely mad not to, as a £20,000 prize would help any author boost their career massively. And our previous guest and last year's winner, JD Kirk, said that it took his career to the next level after winning that award and taking it home.
Yeah, and it did. These books are everywhere. So in order to enter, head to amazon.co.uk/storyteller to find out more. The Kindle Storyteller Award is open now. So publish, enter, and get your story out there.
Yeah, we'll support you all the way. You know we will do that. So we'll leave you with this. Good luck. The WCCS, together as one, we get it done. It is a fuller beard.
It is a fuller beard. Told you I wasn't lying. And it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a couple of weeks. Cool. All right. Any questions then? Because I haven't got any apart from that request.
There you go.
Question time.
Question time, baby.
Come on, send them in. Send us a question right now, because I've got to go, and I'll stay for a second if I can read a question out. Where's it coming from? Who's going to send it?
Someone's going to send a question to you.
Or to you? No. No questions.
The warship Seaworm.
Seaworm, yes. Right, dude. I'm going to have to regretfully go without a question.
Yeah, I think we do. And
I think we do.
See you guys on Thursday when we're setting up the Pan Macmillan tent.
Yeah. 3 sleeps, Chris.
3 sleeps.
3
Just
sleeps.
Like baby.
Right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in for the live show earlier with Peter Gibbons. Great show. Please go and check that out if you haven't done so. It's on our YouTube. You can watch it back. Last live video under the live section tabs. Go find that. Subscribe on there. Hit the like. Leave a comment on the video. That'll help other people, like-minded people, find it. And thank you for tuning in again. It's been a pleasure. And we'll see you at Harrogate.
Yeah, and we'll create a special Harrogate trailer for when we go live. But for now, this is the end show. Bye, you lovely people.